Okay, let's be real. You've watched endless videos, you've saved all the routines, and you've told yourself you're just preparing. But has anything really changed? You feel stuck. Well, today, we're throwing out that unreliable system and replacing it with something way stronger. We're going to get into the psychological system that actually creates lasting change.
And this right here is the heart of it all. We get so wrapped up in planning for every little thing that could go wrong that we completely forget the most crucial part. You just have to take that first messy, totally imperfect step into the unknown.
I want you to burn this phrase into your brain. Seriously, we're going to come back to it. All that research, all the planning, yeah, it feels like progress, but it isn't. The only thing that actually moves the needle is action.
Look, motivation feels amazing, right? But it disappears. It's an emotion, and emotions are fleeting. Determination, that's a decision. And today, we're going to break down the exact system you can use to build it.
So first things first, we have to understand why the one thing we rely on the most, motivation, is pretty much setting us up to fail from the start.
So what even is motivation? It's just a desire, a feeling that inspires you to do something. You watch one awesome video, you get fired up, you start, and then life happens, and that feeling is just gone. The biggest mistake we all make is thinking we need that feeling to act. You don't.
And here's the proof in the pudding. A whopping 80% of New Year's resolutions fail. Why? Because that huge rush of energy you get in January is pure motivation, but when it fades a few weeks later, so do the habits. You see, your brain is wired to get a quick hit of dopamine from planning to do the thing, not from the slow, hard work of actually doing it.
So here's the absolute game changer. Motivation is an emotion. Determination is a firm decision. It's a commitment to move forward no matter what, regardless of how you feel. We have to stop waiting for motivation to strike and start actively building determination. All right, so if motivation isn't the key, then what is? Well, it all starts with a simple mental shift, getting out of that endless preparation loop and diving straight into action.
Does this sound familiar? This is the overthinking spiral, and it is the silent killer of all progress. You want to start that project, but your mind just gets trapped in this loop. So you research, you read, you watch just one more video, and there's our mantra again. You convince yourself you're making progress, but what you're really doing is just procrastinating in a more productive feeling way. You have to surrender, start messy, take that first imperfect step, because I promise you, action will teach you things that planning never, ever can.
Now this slide right here, this is so powerful. Goals tell you what you want to achieve. Identity tells you who you are. So instead of saying, I want to be consistent, I want you to start thinking, I am someone who shows up, even when it's tough. When you do that, the habits stop feeling like a chore, they just become a part of who you are. And your brain will actually work to protect that identity.
Okay, so this internal shift in identity is huge, but it needs to be supported by our next step, building a deep, reliable sense of trust in yourself.
Think about it. You build trust with a friend by keeping your word, right? Well, self-trust is built the exact same way. Every single time you follow through on a small commitment you make to yourself, you prove to your brain that you are reliable. And this creates this amazing, powerful, positive feedback loop. And the process is so simple, it's almost ridiculous. Start tiny. I mean microscopically small. Promise to do one push-up, to write just one paragraph, to make that one phone call. Then keep that promise. Each time you do, you build that muscle of internal confidence. It's all about repetition.
And over time, this becomes your quiet, internal mantra. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about having a calm confidence that's been earned through a long track record of keeping promises to yourself. This, my friends, is the bedrock of unshakable determination.
But that strong internal foundation still needs some external support. So now, let's talk about how to design your environment, because your surroundings can either be your biggest ally or your worst enemy.
Your environment shapes almost everything. It's simple, really. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the kitchen. If you want to hit the gym in the morning, lay your clothes out the night before. The whole idea is to make the things you want to do as easy and as automatic as possible.
Here's a hard truth. As an adult, nobody else is coming to enforce your routines. You have to learn to be your own caretaker. And that means speaking to yourself with the same firmness and care that a really good parent would, you know? Hey, we're doing this because we decided it was important, even though we don't really feel like it right now.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it?
Systems beat goals every single time. True fulfillment doesn't come from waiting around for some perfect wave of motivation. It comes from the quiet, consistent power of determination, supported by the systems you build every day.
Okay, we've broken down the whole system. We get the motivation trap, we understand the power of determination. Now, there's only one thing left to do.
This is the moment it all becomes real. I want you, right now, to pick one small, concrete action you can take towards something you've been putting off. I don't care if it's imperfect. I don't care if you don't feel ready. That single, tiny step is how everything begins to change.
So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop preparing. Start doing the thing. Because only doing the thing is actually doing the thing. Your future self is waiting for you. Go build it.